Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51. Big up to everyone who has been downloading the podcast from iHeartRadio to Google Play to Deezer to even going to Apple Podcasts. We'll be right back with the strain of the week. You know, the strain of the week. We'll be back with the strain of the week. All right, Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51.
Chakra music.
Trouble's weighing heavy on me. Trouble's on my soul weighing heavy on me. Take a pill for 30 days, the doctor ordered. Gotta keep my blood pressure in check. Don't wanna check out yet. Rolling up smoke, relieve the stress. Vented to my therapist. Wrap my mind around the shit. Most I please forgive me if I sin a little bit. I must admit, I'm getting doper. Never lost my mojo, slowly cooking this vegan stew. Call it the bitch's brew for those who doubt me. Make you feel the wrath, purple slow or fast. Grab the cash rules, everything around me, but we getting taxed. Middle fingers to Uncle Sam, cause this is whack. Hear my voice over King C's tracks, we stay humble. Never crumble when they call our name to hit the stage. Energy come in phases like the moon does. Control your emotions, wave in the oceans. I'm a work in progress, you can see the boots in the hi-hat. Beat it down constantly. Vented to my therapist, wrap my mind around the shit. Most I please forgive me if I sin a little bit. I must admit, I'm getting doper. Never lost my mojo, slowly cooking this vegan stew.
Chakra music.
Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51. Thank you so much for tuning in to another installment of Mental Salvation Radio. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in from across the world, for even downloading on iHeartRadio or Google Play or Apple Store or, not Apple Store. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Deezer. And you always can find all of the great shows here on WOW Radio. That's www.wow.radio.net. Now, I always talk about the strain of the week. I give you properties about the strain of the week. And this week, the strain goes to Lemon Pastries by District Cannabis. Lemon Pastries by District Cannabis. It's a cross of Oreos and jet fuel gelato. Right? Alright, so it's going to give you that citrus, cream, and gasolina smell. It's going to be that gas. Not really, but yeah. It helps with pain relief. It also helps with stress reduction. It also helps mood, give you some elevate your mood. That's what it does. It elevates your mood. And good for anytime use. You can use it in the daytime. It's a hybrid, all right? It's a hybrid. So it leans more towards sativa based. And it's sitting at 21.6% THC. The effects of lemon pastries would be a calm effect. You'll get a little energetic. You'll feel happy. That goes along with boosting your mood. And it will relax you, but it won't make you a couch potato. And I found that particular strain at Tacoma Park Wellness. So go check out Tacoma Park Wellness Center. If you're in the Washington, D.C. area, you can Google it. Y'all should know where Tacoma Park Wellness is, right? Good staff, great folks over there. So just go check it out. I end up getting a box of pre-rolls, which comes in 6. They also have an 8th sitting at $28. So yeah, go check them out. They're not asking me to sponsor them. They're not asking me to, tell everybody to come on over to Tacoma Park Wellness. They're not doing that. They're not doing that at all. I just want to inform the people who are into flower, whether you're cooking with it, whether you're ingesting it by smoking it, whether you are making teas with it. It has its medicinal properties that will help you if you need to be healed by, natural ways and things of that nature. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51. And then when I come back, we're going to talk about the topic. We're going to give you the topic. And I want to break a few things down for y'all. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
February 14th, age of Aquarius, Theodore and Ida Mae, boy, son named Alfred, raised in North Carolina, then they moved to DC with his mama, uptown, Northwest, yes, let me slow it down, I'm dope, blame my parents, let that marinate, my DNA is greatness, been fighting the matrix, let's face it, the Reagan era took my pops, he didn't make it, the hatred, made me motivated to love harder, then turn around and curse you out like Arch Bunker, the hunger, lingers like urine in the staircase, you can't ignore it. So cover your nose and push forward. Oh no! My daddy was a pushing man, overdose on heroin. Grandparents crying at the funeral. Everything is foggy to me. It was like 87. I was only 14. I mean, a king is gone. Now who gonna raise this prince to be a King Kong? I used to dream in color. The world is really black and white. Pop's dead and gone, so I guess I'm his afterlife. What he did wrong, I just wanna make it right. Papa was a rolling stone, I told you the pressure zone. Riding in the limousine, sitting across from my sibling. Older than I, first time my eyes made contact. Sad occasion, we still dressed up. Ida Mae always told me you and I was blood related. No matter what them people say, it was a rainy day. Off to bury my dad. Where's my mom? And the Dukes has a car behind us in the caravan. Prophet. I used to dream in color, the world is really black and white. Pop's dead and gone, so I guess I'm his afterlife. What he did wrong, I just wanna make it right.
And we're back. Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51. In today's topic, I'm going to talk about the artist or the artistic development of say. You're asking yourself, what is say? What are you talking about? Well, if you have been following me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the other social media platforms, then you'll know I have been promoting this record, this remix, this B-side called Say. All right. And I want to break down certain things with this record because it has a great development. It has a great developing story that ends up to be a remix or B-side, right? So let me start off by saying this. In April 2020, we released a project, me and my big brother King C, who is also one of the CEOs here at Chakra Music. We created a project called A Minute of Your Time. In that project, I had a single on there, or a song on that project called Say, which featured a young sister by the name of Maya. In that process of creating that song, I also created a video for it, which featured Carib Jim of Wild Radio, Foxy Roxy of Brenoia Starseed Podcast, Lonnie Boheen of Chakra Music, Moon Media Productions, and it was filmed by Smart Video Girl, Only Greatness Media. And I edit the project. I edit the entire video, El Shemesh Photography. So, and that was 4 years ago. In the process of it being 4 years ago that we released this project called A Minute of Your Time, 2-3 years prior to that, I was working on a draft of the record say. And we're going to play that right now. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
Selassie. Don't rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time, mentally learn each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me. Laying in your arms, head on your chest. Listen to your heartbeat, take slow breaths. Zoned out and forget where we at is fine. The universe has been so kind to find a mind that's combined with intellect. Won't dine on the swine or interject negative thoughts in the atmosphere. I want you near, but yet so far. Spirit beings we are, guided by the stars. Aura, natural beauty. Talking to you soothes me like ginger tea. Feeds me like lentil soup. Stimulate the roots, sprouts from my crown. Chakra, Holy Father, Mother, Creator, the source of royalty, a savior, highly favored. Flowing through this bloodline, is it a crime? A king of sorrow, Sade. Don't rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time, mentally learn each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me. Laying in your arms, head on your chest. Listen to your heartbeat, take slow breaths.
Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51. Now, see, that record right there was called Don't Rush. I named it Don't Rush because I was just working on that particular song, and I wasn't working on it to be a love song either. I was writing on how I wanted to feel, or how I wanted my partner to feel. You know, and I wrote it from a personal place of what my feelings were and what I wanted to manifest, right? And then I had some transparency in there because good music needs some transparency. You guys and everyone else who listens to music, they want to feel what you're feeling. So that's how I went into writing it. And that was the first draft. And you heard me singing, and that was a reference. That's a reference track, ladies and gentlemen. It's a reference track. It's a reference track, ladies and gentlemen. My ideas and what I wanted to release to the world. At that time, I was working at the 930 Club here in Washington, D.C. And there was a sister there by the name of Erie. Erie had a beautiful voice. Beautiful sister. She had a beautiful voice. I said, damn. Maybe your voice would sound, her voice is very eclectic. You know, you will hear it. To me, it sounds like a little bit of Tracy Chapman, a little bit of Macy Gray, a little bit of Erica, a little bit of, maybe a country western singer that I can't even equate it to, but her voice and her uniqueness that she brought to the record was dope. So, it was Don't Rush was my my reference track so she could follow. Now, I want to play what she sung and how she made it her own. Now, listen to the lyrics because this is an evolution of the record say and the artistic development of that song. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
Selassie.
Don't rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time and mentally around each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me.
Laying in your arms, head on your chest. Listen to your heartbeat, take slow breaths. Zoned out and forget where we at is fine. The universe has been so kind to find a mind that's combined with intellect. Won't dine on the swine or interject negative thoughts in the atmosphere. I want you near, but yet so far. Spirit beings we are, guided by the stars. Aura, natural beauty. Talking to you soothes me like ginger tea. Feeds me like lentil soup. Stimulate the roots, sprouts from my crown. Chakra, Holy Father, Mother, Creator, the source of royalty, a savior, highly favored. Flowing through this bloodline, is it a crime? A king of sorrow, Sade.
Don't rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time and mentally around each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me. Laying in your arms, head on your chest. Listen to your heartbeat, take no breath.
Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you are just now tuning in, thank you. If you are a new listener, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. I appreciate you and your ears. I definitely appreciate it. Now, those particular two records that you heard were created 2 to 3 years prior to April 2020, when we released A Minute of Your Time. We filmed a video for it. We also released 2 records or 2 projects that same year that got nominated for a Whammy. If you're in Washington, D.C. area, you know what a Whammy is. It's a great honor to be nominated, right? So with all that being said, and also was nominated the Best Rap Album too. All right, we didn't bring home the gold or the Whammy. That don't matter. It's all good. Let us move on, right? So, Don't Rush. The reference track I sung. Don't Rush. The reference track that Ari put her soul and her thought process into it. You heard it. What does it sound like to you? Who does she sound like to you? Like she has a very eclectic voice, and I love how she projects her emotions and her feelings in that record. And I was telling her, just imagine what I'm rapping about. Just imagine maybe you're on a grassy hill looking up at the stars, or you with someone you love and cherish, whether y'all know how this new world is. You're sitting on top of the world, Goldie. You're sitting on top of the world. So, with that being said, Don't Rush was supposed to have been on the Sonic Gods project, which was in 2017. Remind you, I was working on this record for a very long time, and that record, Don't Rush, which you just heard, was supposed to have been on the Sonic Gods project. All right, Google it. It's called Sonic Gods. One of my 14 albums that I dropped. Yeah, no shameless plug here. Now, we moved it forward. And King was like, yeah, I like it. It's growing on me. And something happened with the files. Couldn't find the files. Something got corrupt in the system. I lost all of Erie's vocals. I lost my vocals. I had to do it over. And when I did it over, I was also thinking about what I was saying in the rhyme. How Erie was singing the reference track that I gave her. And I was sitting at work one day. I was working at Curb Flow. And I was sitting at work one day and I started to sing the hook again. There's something I want to say before you walk away. Right? And I started singing it, and then King sent me this beat. We'll be right back.
Let's not rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time until we learn each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me, laying in your arms, head on your chest. Listen to your heartbeat, take slow breaths. Zone out, the universe has been so kind to find the mind that's combined with intellect. Yeah, whatever. You always talking shit.
Before you walk away.
Spiritual beings we are, guided by the stars. Aura, natural beauty, talking to you soothes me like ginger tea, feeds me like lentil soup, stimulates the root sprouts from the crown chakra. Holy Father, Mother, Creator, the source of royalty, a savior, highly favor, flowing through the bloodline. This is the crime, the king of sorrow, Sade. I'm amazed by the grace. You be tripping like shit.
I want to say before you walk away. There's something I want to say before you walk away.
Episode 51. See? And this is the artistic development of Say. So we go from Don't Rush, reference track of me singing. Then we go to Don't Rush with Erie singing it. Same. You can also hear how the lyrics changed and started to formulate now to the record Say. I sent Maya my reference track, not to Don't Rush, but my reference track to the newest beat that King C sent me. And I was singing it, and King said, man, it sounds good, but we want to get a female's voice on it. We want to get some femininity on it. We want to get some softness to it. And I said, word. So we I reached out to the young sister, Maya, and I remember it clearly. It was a cold day in D.C., and I sent her that record, and I told her what I wanted to do and how I wanted it to feel. And she sent it back 2 or 3 days later, and that's what you heard. There's something I want to say before you walk away, right? So, as that record did its due diligence, everyone loved it, from the women to the men loved the song as well. Not as much as the women did, because it was a romantic song. It was a love song. At that particular time, I wasn't even thinking that it was a love song. I was just writing of how I was feeling, how the beats made me feel, even from Don't Rush, even from the conception of the first draft of what is now Say, the artistic development of that. I was just writing of how the track was making me feel. I was writing of how I wanted to feel as a man, how I wanted my partner to feel, how sometimes, black men, we go through a lot in this world, and we want someone that we can come home to, or, hang out with or be with, that we can lay our head on their chest, listen to their heartbeat, take slow breaths, zone out. The universe has been so kind to find a mind that's combined with intellect. So that album was running for about 4 years, right? And now we're moving into 2024. So 2023, I sat down and spoke with another young brother by the name of Richard. And man, he's a producer, and Richard is industry. Richard has been in the game for a long time, young brother, but he's maturely and mentally and musically has been in the game for a long time. So he's produced for a lot of artists, and we're not name dropping. Me and him wanted to work with each other, and I still have some beats from Richard. And last year I went into the studio to meet up with Sir Charles Carey because I was a feature on his project as well. And we were sitting in the studio, and Richard played some remix joints for me that he did for certain artists. I said, dang, that joint sound dope. I like that. I always wanted to do something with a trap feel to it, but still keep that knowledge there, still keep that boom bap hip hop there. I always wanted to do something different, but I didn't know how I wanted to do it, right? So I spoke with Richard. I said, yo, I want to send you some joints. I want you to put your sauce on it. I want you to put your juice on it. He was like, word, ain't nothing. It's all good. And January of this year, 2024, I met him at the studio. He said, yo, Enoch, I got them joints ready for you. Let me hear. And he started to throw on the remix joints. But Say was one of the remixes. Carib Jim, who helped produce the record Say, she added her feminine touches to it. It was like walking through a flower garden in the hood. Because some hoods, some projects don't have flowers. And if they do grow flowers there, it's about to be gentrified. But at any rate, the moment was us walking through this beautiful place and a beautiful vibe and a summer vibe. So when he played the record, I said, damn, man, this shit sounds beautiful. Played it again, sounds beautiful. Played it again. I said, man, I don't know. I knew I wanted something different, but I didn't know how different I wanted it to go. But that record Say spoke to me. I said, this is different. It feels different. It feels like a spring, summer vibe. It feels like love. Even though the original Say, if you watch the video, had a lot of conflict in it, had a lot of emotional turmoil in it. It was just crazy, and the video matched it. The song now, which is a remix on the B-side, has a different vibe to it. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio, and I'm going to play it for you right now, man. Right now. Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51. This is Say, the remix, mix.
You are listening to Chakra Music.
Let's not rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time until we learn each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me, laying in your arms. Head on your chest, listen to your heartbeat, take slow breaths. Zone out, the universe has been so kind to find a mind that's combined with intellect. Beings we are, guided by the stars. Aura, natural beauty, talking to you, soothes me like ginger tea, feeds me like lentil soup, stimulates the root sprouts from the crown. Chakra, Holy Father, Mother, Creator, the source of royalty, a savior, highly favor, flowing through the bloodline. Is this a crime? The king of sorrow, Sade. I'm amazed by the grace.
Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51. That was Say, the remix. You see what I mean? It's a different feel to it. So, February the 14th of this year, we released it on my dad's 76th birthday. He's no longer here with us. But on his 76th birthday, we released this song, Say, on February the 14th. When we released it that day, it topped in Apple Music at 66. It broke the 100 fence. It leaped over it broke the 100, and it landed at 66. And the first time in my career, I never, as an artist, as an independent artist, I've never seen my music on the top 100 charts. And I thought it was beautiful. And I started to now promote it even more as a romantic love song, because I was tying it into Valentine's Day. I was tying it into my dad's Earth Day, and being 76 years old, right? I was tying it now into my emotions of where I'm at now in life, right? And now I'm getting text messages of like, wow, Enoch, this is a really dope song. It's a love song. It's a romantic song. And it is. And I never wrote it like that. I never wrote it to be a romantic love song. Music is timeless. You know, a lot of artists, such as myself, sit on music for about 4 or 5 years, and then we'll go back and listen to it. And it's like, oh, wow, let me put that out now because it's of the time. Say is of the time. You know, there's so much I want to say before you walk away, right? That the original version of Say was that. It was like, I want to say something to you before you walk away. I don't want you to stop messing with me. I don't want you to stop being my lover or my friend or my girlfriend or my boyfriend, even though we're going through all these ups and downs. But then the remix brings on something different. It brings on an uplifting, like, yeah, we're together, and this is love, and this is what love smells like, feels like, tastes like, and all this and all that, right? So it is a romantic love song. And it reached top 66. And I'm thinking to myself, as I'm watching the progression of the song take off, I'm looking at the captions. I'm looking at the statistics of who is listening to it. And 76, which is crazy, 76% of women are listening to this record, Say. The guys aren't really listening to it. So guess what? I'm just gonna go with the ladies, just like LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool James or Cool Todd, whatever the case is. But that is where the record is going now. So I wanted to just talk about the artistic development of Say, why I wrote it, who was I speaking to when I wrote it. You know, the development of it. You guys heard it from where it was to where it is now. And I have so many other records like that I'm going to break down for you guys and let you into the mind of me as an artist, because Mental Salvation Radio is a podcast of where I tell my own stories of me, what I've been through, accompanied with some dope music, right? Mental Salvation Radio, episode 51. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for allowing me about 25 to 26 minutes of your time, whether you're driving or taking care of the babies, or you just lounging and chilling out, or you smoking some reefers, or you drinking your drink, or you eating your bean pie, or you making some vegan stuff for your children. Whatever you're doing, you know what I mean? Or if you're eating some chicken, whatever, right? I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Also, I want the black women to know that I do something on Instagram called Salvation Sundays, where I talk to the entrepreneurial spirit of the black woman. And if you are a black woman who have the entrepreneurial spirit, follow me on Mental Salvation Radio on IG. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like I always say here, the sun will always still shines no matter how gloomy and cloudy it appears to be the sun will always still shines. Mental Salvation Radio.